There's something deeply unsettling about creatures that feel almost human, but not quite. Not a monster with horns or wings, not something clearly fictional, but something pale, thin, crawling on all fours in the dark. People call it the Rake. Others call it the shovel. I'm just kidding. The crawler, I'm sorry. And what makes this one different is that thousands of people claim they've actually seen it. Tonight, we're going to break down what this is, where it came from, and the most disturbing encounters people have reported. And before we do that, I want to let you guys know, my brother claims to have seen it. I don't believe him for a damn minute, though. He's full of feces, as far as I'm concerned. Whenever I think of the Rake or the crawler, I always think about that Fallen Angel video in like mid-early 2000s. Not entirely sure why. I know it's a fallen angel and there's no correlation. But anywho, let's get into this. This Rake fool is typically described as a humanoid creature with very specific features. Pale, almost grayish-white skin. Extremely thin, like skin stretched over bone. Long, unnatural limbs. He's sounding a lot like me, I'll be honest. And moves, but not like a human walking, but crawling. Fast, silent, low to the ground. Eyes are often described as either being completely black, void of light, or glowing faintly in the dark. So they're described as basically polar opposites. And one of the most disturbing details people report is the way it watches. Not attacking immediately, not running, just observing, waiting. Some people say it mimics human behavior, but imperfectly. Sounds a lot like a skinwalker to me. Like something trying to understand us without being one of us. Officially, the Rake became popular around 2005-2006 on internet forums like 4chan. Initially, it was nothing more than a creepypasta. For those of you unfamiliar, it's just a fictional horror story meant to spread online. Not real. But here's where things get strange. After the story went viral, people started claiming they had seen the exact same creature before the internet even existed. Reports began surfacing that matched the Rake's description that went back decades. Some even link it to older folklore like Native American legends. There are stories of pale, thin humanoids lurking in the forests. Even in Europe, they got these fools. They talk about creatures resembling crawlers appear in cave myth. Some people loosely connect it to ghoul-like entities, beings that dwell near the edges of civilization. But what's the deal with this dweeb? Did the internet create him, or did the internet just give something that already existed a name? I think the latter. I think it sounds a lot like the Skinwalker, and I think they just kind of got split into two separate cryptids, but they're one and the same. I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine, Brohim. But anywho, across different encounters, there are always consistent patterns. It's always seen at night. It's often spotted near forest, around rural homes, or even inside houses late at night, which is absolutely terrifying. If this fool rolled up on me in my house late at night, you know he would get suplexed on the spot. But anyway, he rarely attacks immediately, this Rake fool. Instead, it does something far more unsettling. It watches. People report waking up in the middle of the night only to find something crouched at the end of their bed, just staring. This sounds like sleep paralysis to me, though. But anyway, we'll keep going. Sometimes it retreats quickly. Sometimes it stays until the person fully wakes up. And in few cases, it gets closer. That is sleep paralysis. Let's get into some of the more famous and well-known sightings and stories. One of the most well-known stories is often called the Rake Encounter, 2003. A man wakes up in the middle of the night and sees something crouched at the foot of his bed. At first, he thinks it's his dog, but then it moves. He describes it as a pale, human-like creature with large eyes, staring directly at him. And then I guess it just runs out of the room. Later that night, his family hears a scream coming from the other room. When they investigate, the creature is gone, but something feels wrong. The story ends with a sense that whatever it was didn't just pass through, it chose to be there. And that's a leap, if you're asking me. It sounds like a classic sleep paralysis demon situation. But anywho, another commonly shared type of encounter comes from hikers and campers. Now we're talking. Can't be a sleep paralysis demon now, but it can be a skinwalker. People in forest report seeing something moving on all fours, keeping pace with them just out of sight. Sometimes keeping pace. See, that's why I wouldn't have a problem with this guy. Ain't no way he's keeping pace with me. Come on now. But anyway, sometimes they hear it breathing. Sometimes they hear footsteps, but nothing is there. And occasionally they see it, a pale figure crouched between trees, watching, then disappearing almost instantaneously. There are also modern reports even today. Security cameras capturing strange low-moving figures, people describing something climbing fences or running unnaturally fast across open ground. And while none of this is confirmed, the consistency in description is what keeps this story alive to this day. What could it be, though? The explanations are as you would expect. Some people say it's just fiction. Some people say it's a product of the internet mixed with human imagination. You guys know, well, I'll tell you what I think it is. I think he's out there. I think he's more than likely a skinwalker. There's myths talking about a pale humanoid creature that mimics human speech. That's been around forever, right? So as far as I'm concerned, he's out there. If you're wondering why there's no proof, who's to say they would show us if there was, right? Maybe I'm getting a little schizo here. But anywho, another explanation it could be is psychological, like sleep paralysis, like I was saying earlier, night terrors and hallucinations. And I think that's possible with, the dude who encountered it when he was sleeping. Those other ones, I hate when they just throw hallucinating out there like that's what they saw. I don't think it's that common where you hallucinate a grotesque, demented, pale humanoid figure chasing you. Well, I never have. But anywho, there is another possibility of what this fool could be, that these sightings are real but misunderstood. Some theorize on unknown animals, malnourished humans living off-grid, or something not yet classified. And then more extreme theories that it's not something entirely physical, something that exists just outside of what we fully understand. And I love this theory, and I also think that's what aliens are. I think they are interdimensional. Don't beat me up. Don't hurt me. All right? And that's my unpopular opinion. I don't think they're interplanetary. I think they're interdimensional. All right? Sue me. Sue me. Cancel me. I don't care. I'll tell you what, though. I'm not one to ever be a skeptic. All right? I am the furthest thing from a skeptic you'll ever meet. I believe everything. But I don't like that the Rake story started with a creepypasta. You know what I mean? I still think it could just be like a misidentification thing. Skinwalkers, like I've said this whole video. But that doesn't sit right with me, the creepypasta. I've never been a big creepypasta fan because they've tricked me so many times before. Like the Russian sleep experiment. I'm pretty sure that was a creepypasta. Not real. Maybe everybody knows that except me. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video where I just flapped my lip about the Rake. Let me know who you want me to draw in the future. We got a lot of room for a lot of cryptids and mythical creatures. And you guys also gotta let me know what poster we're doing next, okay? I want to do conspiracy theories potentially, so if nobody requests anything, I'm thinking I might do a conspiracy theory poster. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. Would be greatly appreciated. It's a small channel just starting out. But if you didn't like it, don't subscribe. I totally get it. But anywho, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.